ERE is proud to introduce our pH 45B for batch system. Now, the unit is designed to correct the pH of the water so that we can achieve proper range for disposal in the sewer system or to land.
So you can see right now we're getting an indication of the probe. It's at 3.65. So the water is at 3.65 pH. We got to bring it up.
We got to bring it up to a minimum of 6.5 to 9 is the regulation here for Quebec.
So how do we do that, O'Gary?
Well, we are going to take a little walk this way, and over here is our accumulation tank. So the client's low pH water will gradually fill this tank, and I am going to run a simulation by manually dumping a little bit of water.
So you have two switches here. This is the one that controls the pump.
That's correct.
And this one here is a controlled high-high.
That's the high-high.
So if it's too high, it shuts down the whole system. So now you're going to simulate by adding some water. I'm going to simulate
the client adding water, obviously through his pump. It's a batching system, so it can handle. Let me just make sure we put the unit on position, and we are. So we are going to continue filling up, and soon we're going to get a latch about now. At this point, it's transferring the low pH water into the secondary tank. We have a pH probe. This is what's giving our reading to the panel, and we also have a mixer agitator to ensure that we get a constant mixture of the dosing.
How's the mixer going to turn on?
The mixer turns on when the sequence, it has completely transferred the water from the primary tank to the actual mixing tank.
So I guess this would be the switch right over here. Once that guy goes up, it gives the signal down to the mixer to start mixing.
So any second now.
And where does the acid where does the chemical inject from? There we go.
Here you can see the injector. So if we come on this side now, you'll be able to actually see.
And the mixer is actually on right now.
Yeah, Andrew, you want to be able to see. And so
now it's bringing it up. Yeah, so we're at pH 4. We're going to bring it about 7 or so. And this is the actual pH dosage pump we're using. And is also controllable. Slow it down so you don't raise it up too high. And we're using a citric acid.
Using a citric acid to bring down the pH and the caustic soda to increase it.
Okay, just for testing.
So at this point, it is starting to mix.
So when is it going to turn off?
It is going to turn off momentarily when it hits 5.5. And then it's just a question of mixing.
Acid. Mixer mixing very nicely. And this will be the probe area that goes down deep.
Now these tanks have covers that go over. So at this point, the unit has stopped introducing the caustic soda into the solution, and it is just going to mix. And we are going to go get our reading.
So about 8 right now, right? What's the setup? About 8?
It depends on the incoming water, but between 7.5 and 8.
You can adjust that if you want.
We can adjust that to
so that's still mixing. Probably going to mix for a couple of more minutes. So let's stop injecting.
So there's a 10-minute mixing cycle.
10 minutes?
Yeah.
You can also adjust that to one of the lower.
Everything is adjustable on the unit in order to give.
It's made in Canada.
So what do we have? We're at 8 exactly. So it's stabilizing at 8, see 7.9. As it mixes, it will stabilize. Now the allowable norms are 6.5 to 9.5.
And this could be used for bringing down the pH if it's too caustic.
Or
you can
bringing
put
it up.
sulfuric acid.
That's correct.
And or we can bring it up by using caustic.
Yeah.
50% or so.
Yeah, on this particular run here, we're using 50% caustic soda as a neutralizer. So it won't be very long. It'll take about another minute or two. And it's gonna start yeah, 7.85, 7.9. Small, compact, fully automated, requires no human intervention.
We also make very large systems as well. Flow rates, it depends on what job applications we have, but we could design and engineer a system at any flow rates. It's maintaining at about 7.96.
So the timer is still running, and it should any second now. Couple. Okay, should be any second now. So at this point, the solution is homogenized, and we've achieved what we wanted to accomplish. So momentarily now the evacuation pump is going to engage, which will empty the water in here and prepare for the next cycle. So it can cycle about every 6 minutes, 5 or 6 minutes at a minimum, and ideally we try to maintain a sweet spot at around 7-8 minutes to give it a little bit of buffer time.
So this is a perfect small batch system for smaller applications, and there's a lot of smaller, small amounts of water to be treated. Not every company has a lot of water that they process in a day. So instead of having hauling it away, you can do everything in-house. It's a simple solution. We offer a turnkey unit, plug and play, and it's completely automated. Very simple. We don't go, we don't add too much complexity to the control panel. It's very simple, timer-based. Process pump, very simple. And here we got the pump just activated, and the water is being pumped out. The mixer stopped.
And so that was a complete cycle. Imagine that the primary tank has been slowly being filled through the treatment process. As soon as this thing has dumped completely the water in it, it would start refilling again, provided this tank was full.
This is a latching relay. You got low, high latching. So this guy is down. Now we're just waiting for the other one to go down, and it stops the cycle.
Here we go. All stainless steel pumps. And momentarily, just about now, it's going to shut off.
Great. And this is our pH 45 B for batch 45 gallons. And you could probably process about 45 gallons every 6-7 minutes. And that wraps it up. Thank you very much, guys, and hope to see you in our next video.